Hello and welcome to this Ruby Tuesday Books video. I'm Victoria and I am here today talking to Alex Waldron, author and illustrator of Our Uncles the Cruncles, the third in a four-part series, Fred and Woody's Fantastic World. The editor of your books, Ruth Owen, says that your writing is particularly clever, the rhyming is great, and that parts only get even better through points of the editing process with fun new ideas from you. How do you manage to do it? And do the rhymes just pop into your head, or do you try out lots of different ideas? How does it all work?
I don't really know how to answer that question because I don't really know myself. But I know that if I get an idea, like it normally comes pretty quickly, and I get into a rhythm and I start enjoying it, and I write down lots of ideas. I like to have like that pattern, that rhyming pattern in it, because I think it makes it fun. And I think when a book is fun to read to kids, parents tend to read it more. Like I love Dr. Seuss books because I love that bounce that there's in it. And I'm really keen on one of the previous books, the Willy book. That's My Willy. It's got like a repetition in it, and my boys, the kids learn the next line, so they know that that's my will and it belongs to me. And yeah. I wanted to write a fun book like that, so I always like to have like a pattern that runs through it, and then the actual content of the books I just have fun with, and that's where Ruth, my editor, comes in quite a lot in the editing stage, because sometimes she's like, nope, can't say that, or because sometimes I hit the mark because I don't always get it right first time. So Ruth can be like, I think we need to pull back on that bit a little bit. But the language I like to use is plain. I'd like to write the books how I talk to the boys and how people talk to each other. And I want it to be fun, and I want the kids to find it fun, but I want the adults who are reading it to find it amusing and funny, so they go back and read it to their kids more.
Definitely. So it's real, it's got a real person's voice, and it's fun. And yeah, thinking about it, my husband often goes to the Dr. Seuss or Julia Donaldson, where it's rhyming and it's fun and it's got that rhythm, and the kids learn the words, and yeah. Fabulous, thank you. So you are also the illustrator as well as the author, and you draw all of them on paper, which is quite unusual these days when the majority of children's books illustrators work digitally. So how do you find the whole process? I imagine you're drawing it, and if there's like a little mistake, what do you do? And is it a disaster? Is it crumple it up and throw it away? Do you have to start again? My goodness.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I kind of made peace with it now. I wish I was. I like the idea of, I do a few things on the computer, but the final pieces are always hand drawn, and it's probably down to my lack of skills on the computer rather than my dedication to the hand drawn. I know little bits and pieces on the computer, and I've always told myself I should learn more, but actually the thought of sitting in front of the computer and drawing these pictures would kind of take the fun out of it for me as well, because I kind of like not staring at a screen for hours on end as well. I think there's a time and place for it, definitely, but I think I just really enjoyed drawing, and that's the fun part of the process for me. It's probably me just being a big kid, because I always loved drawing as a kid, so you just revert to doing stuff that you love, and I just love drawing, and I love, sitting at the kitchen table. I love sitting at the kitchen table with the boys now, and they're a bit older, and they want to come home and they want to draw their superheroes, and I just love it. So I kind of, that me drawing it by hand on paper causes problems, but I think it actually gives it a really nice look, and I think people can tell that they're hand drawn as well.
That sounds like a really kind of therapeutic process where you've created these fabulous illustrations. I love all of the attention to detail in the water and the tattoos, particularly in this book. Yeah, really lovely. And it may be an arduous task and paper gets scrumpled up and whatever, but I think that the readers really appreciate the line drawings. So, yes.
No, I hope so. I've enjoyed doing it, but there have been times that I've had an artistic hissy fit and scrambled it all up. I've started books again. I've like literally started from scratch on a couple of them, and my wife's just been like, "What are you doing?" And to be honest, I would draw them all again now as well, because I like, one, I like the process, and two, I don't think you're ever like fully satisfied with like your artistic endeavours. So, but you've got to learn to know when to put the pencil down. Ruth's really good at that as well, so she's like, they're perfect. Don't touch them.
Well, and finally, what adventure will Fred and Woody be going on next?
So we're actually I'm gonna start drawing and illustrating the first book that I ever wrote, which was Big Nan's Last Adventure, which is a book about Fred and Woody's amazing. It's about their amazing nans and grands and great grands, and they've all sort of been clumped together to create this Big Nan character, and it's all about her amazing life and the adventures she goes on, and how she's a amazing role model to these two little boys, and she's a strong, powerful woman, and it discusses their relationship with her and what happens to us when we pass on from this world, and how we deal with it, and how little people deal with sort of hard subjects like that, and it's trying to deal with like a hard-hitting subject in a sensitive, like plain spoken and fun and loving way. And sort of I want people to finish the book feeling sort of uplifted by it and feel like I haven't got the answers, but it's a nice way of talking about a really hard subject with kids.
Brilliant. Well, I really look forward to seeing it, and best of luck with illustrating it. I hope too many bits of paper don't go in the bin, and it's a nice therapeutic process for you. And yeah, no, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Thank you so much for your time. And if you would like to see more information about Our Uncles the Cruncles or any of the books in the series, then please do visit our website, rubytuesdaybooks.com. Thank you very much.